Ooh, I'm gonna get my hair cut probably like Saturday. I'm so excited. First haircut in 4 months.
Someone just commented on your hair in the most recent video too. I think it was Michael Nip. Our boy M Nips. He commented on your hair.
Did he like my luscious locks?
Who doesn't like your luscious locks? So we do have something funny to share with you guys. We made that joke last Tibber. It was last Tibber, right? About being hacked by the Haxor. So I kid you not, we actually had someone attempt to hack into one of our accounts. Like in real life, I had to go change the password. I turned on 2-factor authentication. So now when Crypto wants to use that account, he has to ask me for like the message that I get on my phone.
Yeah. So I had to get like a little permission, like I do my students, to let Una here let me sign back into the YouTube channel and everything.
Yeah, you can go to the bathroom when you're done teaching, okay?
Did you use like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as the password?
How did you know my luggage password?
But you didn't use that as the password, did you?
No, but hopefully this will make things a little bit more secure so that we don't have...
Bits of wit. I like this game that you're playing. Pretending to be weak, calling in a hype man, well, it won't help you interpret this book. Noah, everyone who reads it must converse. I liked your Hanson impersonation. Cow. Cow. Do it until the cows come home, Lucas. Sing them their lullaby. 'Cause the only one who's going nighty-night is you. You see, we've already got celebrities lined up in our corner. Let's check out some of the latest bands on TikTok supporting us, such as Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and even...
Oh, hi. I told you I'd be back. In between sets, I check out my favorite YouTube channel, the CodeX Cantina. Those boys are gonna fill your head with so much James Joyce. Oh, my brain.
Maybe it's a tumor.
It's not a tumor! Oh, there's just one more thing. There's no way you haven't heard about the CodeX Cantina boys read-along of James Joyce. Oh, oh, oh. It's not like they're recorded behind double pane, soundproof glass. Go and subscribe. All right. Hello there, James Joyce here. Life is too short to read a bad book. You know who doesn't read bad books are those lads over at the Codex Cantina. Later this month, they're going to be analyzing my book, A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. You should go check it out. And a wise Irishman leaving you a part of wisdom here. Love loves to love.
Oh, Lucas. What you've started, I don't think you even know. But I can tell you who's going to end it. We're playing for keeps.
Did you change password again? I can't get in.
I'm using like our new VPN thing to approve you. All right, you should be admitted now. Are you in?
No, man. I just got kicked out of the notes. I just got kicked out of everything.
Aren't you Foxy Loxy? Who's this Foxy Loxy trying to connect to me?
What? Who are you following on Instagram?
All right, hang on. Are you Crypto?
Yes.
Okay, I clicked
with
admit.
a K.
Okay, I clicked admit. Are you in now?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. I'm sorry. There was probably I signed up for a new VPN thing. I probably made a mistake with that. Sorry about that.
Oh Lord, we're gonna get this right. Hey, we have the June Tibber to do today, so why don't we do that?
So 2 big things for June that we want to talk about. One is Bloom's Day, June 16th, the most important day for nerds like us who love James Joyce. This is a day that annually commemorates James Joyce. So we're going to be doing something special where we were challenged by Lucas. We're doing this really fun read along with a portrait of the artist as a young man, and his ring man's going to be Noah. So the four of us together are going to try to tackle this book, try to break it down and talk about what it means to us as people. Let us know if any of that resonates with you guys, but we're very excited for that because I feel like that's going to be a book I either absolutely love and it's going to even inflate my love for James Joyce, or I'm going to hate it and I'm going to say James Joyce sucks after this.
My wife finished it yesterday. I'm very nervous. She's like, when you finish it, you got to call me so we can talk about it. I'm very, very nervous because she said on the video that we did, the boyfriend tag, that she was going to read it. She did. So I'm nervous too. I'm very nervous.
Yep. We'll see how that goes, but she reads probably very differently than perhaps how you and I might read.
I think that she was trying on purpose to read very, very analytically too.
All right. So the other big thing we want to talk about is the annual Russian Heritage Month, June, which is being hosted by the Russian American Foundation. It is a month where we are celebrating Russian heritage. So we've selected 4 short stories basically for every week of June. We're going to be doing a Russian short story and get a little bit closer to Russian culture.
Yeah, which I'm excited about because that's a lot of stuff that I'm unfamiliar with, and I always love when we get to expand our repertoire.
Yeah, we may not be as good at it, but that doesn't mean we're not trying. All right, so let's go through this. Our month is pretty packed. Novels. We got If It Bleeds, we're going to finish that. So we've got the last story of If It Bleeds, which we're recording tonight. So we'll have wrapped that up this month is the plan.
Yep.
We've got a portrait of the artist as a young man, which we talked about. I'm not sure how we're going to do that, if we're going to do our in-depth series where we do kind of like a couple chapters at a time, or if we do a spoiler-free and then a spoiler talk. I'm not sure. We're still kind of experimenting with the formats. Let us know if you guys think that there's a particular one that we should try. We're still kind of up in the air on how we're going to tackle that one.
However, we're going to beat Lucas. That's how we should do it.
No. It's not us against Lucas. It's us against the book. Get your act together.
Okay. Sorry, Lucas.
All right.
We love you.
We have the Sirens of Titan by Kurt Vonnegut, which we are doing along with Angela from the Literature Science Alliance.
You can't go wrong with more Kurt. He's the man.
I figured you'd like that. Your heart lies in the sci-fi, and this is definitely, if stories are correct, allegedly this is the most sci-fi of all of Kurt Vonnegut novels. I haven't read it myself, so I'm very excited to check this one out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if it gets us an inch closer to Slaughterhouse-5, then I'm all for it.
All right, and then the last 2, these are stretch goals. I'm really going to try for these, but the first priority is to get the next Monogatari series. I've pushed that off for a little bit. I've had the book by my bed. I need to just finish that off. And then we have Malicroix.
It's never going to happen.
Which keeps getting punted. We're going to get to Malicroix, I promise. It's just when Angela said I'm reading Sirens of Titan, and when Lucas said I'm reading Portrait of the Artist, I had to sign us up for it. I couldn't turn those down. That was just required.
What's that? I thought it was Malicroix.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Malicroix?
Malicroix?
Malicroix? I don't know either.
This is where we need Deanie. Deanie took French.
Yeah.
She could tell us how to pronounce it.
We need your help.
Shorts. We need your help in more ways than one. Short stories. So for the 4 Russian short stories, we got 7 total planned this month, which is pretty exciting. Number 1, A Terrible Vengeance by Nikolai Gogol, which we have already read.
Yeah, boy.
We're going to get in that one. That one's unique. All right, next up is The Shot by Alexander Pushkin, which is just prepare your body. I'm just going to say that now. Just
prepare to be shocked and awed.
Yes. Yes, I think you need to take a shot before doing the shot.
Oh.
There's a pun we didn't think of.
Yeah, that was punny.
Speaking of we've got Mumu by Ivan Turgenev. And I'm going to have to look up how to pronounce these names. I'm sure I'm destroying them. I don't speak Russian. I apologize. But don't know anything about that one. Yeah, I don't know anything about it, but...
I've never heard of that one.
Me neither. So we're going to get into that one. And then for our monthly Tolstoy selection, a part of the Tolstoy Triggered Project, is Alyosha the Pot. Don't know anything about it. We're going to find out.
I like going in blind, don't you? I mean, don't you like going into these stories and have no clue, no pre feelings or anything about it. I like that.
I feel nervous up front, not knowing what to get. But once I'm in it and experiencing something new, yes, I love experiencing new literature. I do like that. But before I get into it, like, I'm nervous because, like, when you do like a YouTube channel, some people, like, I'm not saying you necessarily, you specifically, but some people, when they watch YouTube channels, they're like, this is what this channel recommends. When really it's just like you're throwing the die with books half the time of just like, I may or may not like this, I don't know. But just because you have a video on it, people think you support it, per se, I guess.
That makes sense. Yeah. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. I think we're very, very blatant with our views, though, right? I think we're very, very forthcoming with that, so.
Yeah, well, let's say you don't watch the videos. Like, you just look at our channel, and you're like, these guys have so many Stephen King videos. They must just love everything Stephen King puts out. He's like, I know he's your favorite author. We rip into him more often than not. I don't know what the deal is, but because there's so much on there, it's what a lot of people like to watch. It's just a common thing. People think we support it, and we do. We like him, but we rip into him a lot. But you don't know that when you just look at how many videos we have on that subject is kind of where I'm going with that.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, the fifth short story, if you can call it a short story. It's a long short story. is another Bloomsday effort. We've got The Dead by Mr. James Joyce himself.
Does that finish off that book for us yet? I feel like we've read that whole book almost.
It's probably a third of the book in that one right there.
Yeah, it's true.
We are working through kind of all of the Dubliners. Our plan is to do every short story in the Dubliners and then have like a Dubliners wrap up at the end. Crypto hasn't experienced any of the stories, I think, that we haven't reviewed yet, but I've read through all of Dubliners, so we're getting him through that basically.
Getting me caught up, and I'm enjoying all of it.
All right, so speaking of someone that would help us with French, Miss Deanie herself will be joining us for a talk on Ken Liu and his paper menagerie.
That's going to be a very unique one, right?
It's more of a science fiction work. Okay, so typically we do mostly literary fiction on this channel just because it follows our process pretty well. This is more in the science fiction realm, but it is actually the first work of fiction ever to win all 3 SF major awards, the Hugo, the Nebula, and the World Fantasy Award.
Cool. Do you know anything about it? Or because I have no
I do. I have read it. I have read it. Yes.
So has she read it?
She has.
So I am the lone loser. Okay.
We're going to do that one like Tolstoy triggered, where we're going to have some prompts to go through for our discussion. What we're going to do for the last short story, we've kind of already announced it if you've watched last Monday's video. For Rashomon, we're doing In a Grove, which is the plot and character base for the film Rashomon by Akira Kurosawa. One of the first Japanese postmodern short stories. Just incredible. Incredible. You guys are going to have to tune in to check that out.
Yeah, I feel like that happens to us a lot is we get a story and we get this taste and we get a hankering for some of these stories and these authors. And I know we say it over and over again, but I'm excited to get more into his stuff. And these are they whet your appetite, I think, sometimes for what you need in your literary life. And I think that is awesome.
Yeah, I think later on, I want to say I think November 25th and November 18th, I've got a Gogol, the first Russian author, and Akutagawa, this author, lined up for back-to-back short stories where we're doing, both of them wrote a story called The Nose. I believe they're completely unrelated, but we're going to do a back-to-back of those 2 stories. But they were both, when I'm doing research from these authors and stuff like that, of stuff that I thought would be kind of fun to check out.
That's going to be fun to record that night.
The Nose. Yeah, and I have them both. I have them recorded on the same night too, actually.
Yeah, of course you do.
Now for some fun stuff, I've got the Recluse tag, the Recluse. I don't know why I like playing with that word so much, but it's an original tag by Mayberry Book Club. We're going to be doing that one. We were tagged by Alan from Big Hard Books and Classics, and we're also doing the Boyfriend Book tag, which super non-inclusive. Boyfriend Book tag. So we're doing it as the husband tag. So we're doing that one video with Angela on the Sirens of Titan, she just recently released the partner tag, which I was like, oh, that's the inclusive version of the tag that we probably should have done. But we were tagged on the boyfriend book tag, which you were doing as the boyfriend/husband with your wife this month.
Am I the boyfriend or the husband?
Should we ask Mrs. Crypto that answer, or
She's not here. She's back in Florida.
That's true. And that's all we got planned for June. A really slow June, just not much on the docket, right?
No, yeah, I don't even know what I'm going to read. I guess I'll just pick up an extra Stephen King book. Maybe I'll go back to the Dark Tower series.
So we can pick up another Stephen King book, and you can rate it like a 6 or a 7, like all the other ones, and tell me how he's your favorite author, but you never love any of his work.
I think that I am I'm hypercritical of him because I love so many of his work.
Okay,
If we did the Stand, I'm gonna give that a 9 or a 10. If we did, Tommy Knockers, I'm gonna give that a 9 or a 10. If we did Duma Key, I'm gonna give that a 9 or a 10. If we did, all these others, I could keep going. I know you hate my lists.
Well, hang on. You didn't read those analytically. You read those inspectionally.
Yeah.
Right, superficially, right? Are you sure those would hold up to a 9 or a 10 once you looked at them analytically?
No.
Well, and that brings up another interesting point. Have you noticed this? Some people, right, whatever their highest high point is, that's the rating. You know what I mean? Like, if it reaches a 10 at some point, it's a 10. Doesn't matter if there's kind of like some low parts or stuff like that. Some people, whatever the low point is, like if this part here was so hot garbage, it ruins the whole experience, and that's their rating. Like some people are peak raters, some people are valley raters. You kind of learn as people do reviews and stuff like that, what type of a reviewer that person is. Like it takes a while to understand even what a person's number
I think I'm
means.
both. I latch onto the positive, and I latch onto something negative, and that can be a driving force through the story through me.
But is it what happens first, or how do you know which one it is? What if so? In the most recent Stephen King, there were some low parts for me, and I never got over those. Like I'm probably the valley rater. I'm a valley rater. Sounds funny.
That needs to be your new tag.
Right. Like if you fail at some part, like I'm gonna hold you to that and call that out. Sometimes I can overlook it. Usually not. Are you like, if you hit a peak or a valley first, like which one are you? Is it which one you hit first, or you can't be both? Everyone thinks like, oh yeah, I'm the greatest driver. I can even it out, but they really can't.
Oh, I'm a great driver. I'm a great driver. No, I think I am how it ends. I think that the ending can make it for me. Just like we talked about, in The Necklace. I was kind of poo-poo on that until the end, and then I hit that peak, and I gave it a very solid positive rating as a result. So
you hit track 4. Now, okay, when CDs were a thing, were you the guy that bought an entire CD for track 4?
Yeah, but I had to. I lived out in the middle of nowhere. We barely had radio.
You didn't have radio? Okay.
We did, but not really.
I feel like you're making I think you're making the argument that you're a peak rater.
I am, but I can also latch on to too many lows throughout, and the ending can't save it at all. I can see that happening as well. I think it depends on how many peaks and valleys there are. So not that I keep track of them consciously, but I think as I'm reading, I go up and I go down. I go up and I go down. And I think as it comes to the end will stick it for me or not.
All right, I think my workload just increased because I think as we go through this month's selections, I'm going to be trying to figure out if you're a peak or a valley girl.
Ugh. Whatever.
All right, guys, thank you for checking out our video. Obviously, we do literature discussions, breakdowns, and interpretations. If you're down for that, please hit that subscribe button as we launch our journey into the wonderful Portrait of the Artist and Sirens this month. Super excited. Hope you join us on these discussions.
Una out.
You're not Una.
Peace.
You're not Una.
You're
Crypto.
I'm hitting it. It's over. It's over. Bye, people. We want you to subscribe.
Oh wait, I need my sunglasses.
Oh, hello there. No. Oh, hi. Damn it. Damn it. Nope. Oh, hi. In between sit.